realize.
Good evening, and welcome to Louisville Late Night. This weekend, we're here to celebrate the greatest athlete and greatest entertainer of all time, Muhammad Ali. And we're going to have a fantastic time here at the opening of the new Muhammad Ali Center. Just stick around. You can't believe what's happening and what's going to happen here in the next few days. So all I can say is hold on tight.
Is a group made up of professionals in your discipline, because of course Muhammad Ali has had for his near full life a wonderful relationship with media, and it's been mutually beneficial, and it is just a very, very special moment for us to come together and celebrate what indeed is an extraordinary achievement, an achievement that will not only be of such wonderful value to this community of Louisville and our wonderful Commonwealth, but as is indeed the goal of the Muhammad Ali Center, it has such potential for it to be a true gift to the world. And Muhammad Ali indeed are the presenters of such a gift to the world. On behalf of this community of Louisville, I also want to thank you for accepting the fact that we are in this mode of just polishing the jewel today in preparation for our gala opening tomorrow and our community celebration on Sunday. So if you just watch your step a little bit, that would be appreciated, as there may well be people doing a little bit of trimming on their knees, and without their seeing you, I'm hopeful that at least you will see them, and other things which you may encounter. That is just part of this moment of our wanting to perfect this beautiful building in the next 24 hours. So this, I hope all of you will think of it as a sneak preview and an opportunity indeed for you to see something that no one really from the public has seen, and we hope certainly that it will be something that you will find yourself personally, put aside your professional responsibility, but we hope that you will find it to be as stimulating and personally impacting as you tour with us through the visitor experiences in other dimensions of the Muhammad Ali Center. To get started, I have the privilege to introduce our wonderful Metro Louisville Mayor, Jerry Abramson. Our good mayor has been an individual who has been involved in this process of creating something for our native son of Louisville for a few decades. And it has been with his persistence, his conviction as a leader, that this community rightfully should be the community of anyone in this country to do the right thing, of doing something quite extraordinary for this extraordinary resident of this community. And he, over the years, in his capacity as a true community visionary, has contributed so much to the process that has brought us to this day of accomplishment. He is an extraordinary friend of the Alis and all of us associated with the organization. He has seen to it that this government of Louisville has been generous, extremely generous, in its support of the development of this center, from property acquisition to the parking structure that many of you may well have tried to at least find parking in this morning, to a lot of the other infrastructure of our campus to the eventual beginning in the spring and opening in the fall, our lovely plaza, amphitheater, and other pedestrian amenities that are all because of the leadership of our Mayor, Jerry Abramson, and the contributions of our community to see that truly the aesthetics and functionality of our campus is going to be something that we will be both proud of as residents to experience and proud to be able to present to those who come to our community to experience the Muhammad Ali Center. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce our Mayor.
How exciting it is. I was talking with Lonnie a moment ago, and I was embracing Howard and talking about how we've been involved and engaged for this day to come for so many years. Such a wonderful commitment from all of us in this community, from throughout the United States and throughout the world, to honor this native son of Louisville, Kentucky, Muhammad Ali. And to those of you who are here in the media from our local community, from Paris to New Zealand, from Los Angeles and Dallas and Chicago to New York, we welcome you here, and we appreciate the fact that you also recognize how special this day is and the opportunity for this facility to be here in our community. It's an extraordinary addition to our hometown, an extraordinary addition to our downtown, with a larger mission that's focused on Ali's dream and life of bringing people together, creating an enhanced understanding among folks who from time to time don't get along, focusing on peace, respect, social responsibility. We take great pride in the fact that Muhammad Ali is a native son of our hometown, and we are very excited that Lonnie and Muhammad committed along with so many of our local folks to make this facility a reality. You know, the champ has been at the crossroads of some of the most provocative issues of our time. The battle for true racial equality, personal choices during the war in Vietnam, religious tolerance and diversity and appreciation for both, and the quest for peace around the world. His words and his deeds have made the champ one of the most recognized people in the entire world. I'm not sure I realized that until I visited Cairo one time, Lonnie. I was in 1980, and I was at a mosque as a tourist, and two 13, 14, 15-year-old young boys came up to me and in broken English said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Louisville, Kentucky." And they said, "Louisville, Kentucky." I said, Muhammad Ali. And the kids went, "Oh, Muhammad Ali. And all of a sudden it dawned on me how one of our own here from this community had that kind of international respect. Lonnie's heard the story many times, and Ali tells it too many times, that my father and my grandfather, before him, owned a small grocery in the neighborhood where the champ grew up. And the way my father, may he rest in peace, used to tell the story, and Ali tells it a little different. You have to figure out who's telling the truth. Ali would come in as a 4 or 5-year-old, and we had a 3-aisle grocery, and it was the kind of grocery where you would have your cold vegetables would be in a cold freezer and milk and orange juice, but underneath there were refrigerated boxes that you could open up and get another quart of milk and put it up on top. And the champ in his young days would run through the grocery store, opening up all the refrigerator doors on the bottom and run out the front door. Dad told that story. Ali said it was true. Ali went on to say that he generally had an apple or an orange in his pocket as he ran out. That's another story. And Howard, that's just between me and you. We won't share that with anyone. This community truly is proud of the many accomplishments that the champ attained in the boxing ring, where he dominated the sport of boxing for nearly 2 decades. But we're even more proud, and I say this with all sincerity from the 700,000 of us that live in Louisville, Kentucky, we're even more proud in terms of what happened once he took his boxing gloves off. His humanitarian efforts, his work to build understanding among people throughout this world, his efforts to bring peace in turbulent corners